Welcome back dito sa penultimate episode. Pag-usapan natin the future of Philippine democracy. Ayoko na sabihin na future ng opposition kasi mukhang kailangan natin ng overhaul. Speaking of overhaul, Sir Ronald, I saw a video of you on your page. May page ka pala, no? At very overhaul ang dating kasi parang ang bait mo, ang professional mo, ang serious mo. Yung pala yung siguro yun yung dahilan na sineryoso ka back in the day before ka naging pundit and most controversial analyst.
May suspicion ako na baka AI yan. Nagkaroon na.
Chinese ba or American?
Baka AI yan eh. No? Pag off-brand, no? Medyo...
parang seryoso eh. Ba't parang mo? Ano bang Sir Ronald? Kasi doon medyo clarion call ka na for the genuine opposition,
authentic.
Dahil
lang nag-i-interview sa akin noon, Arneo eh.
So, bait na tao.
Yung mga tanong, no,
legit,
no. Kaya kailangan ko rin sagutin na medyo seryoso.
Bakit ako pag nagtatanong ng legit sa'yo, hindi matinong sagot mo sa akin, Sir Ronald?
Payups ka
Andyan yung mami ko.
Payups ka eh. Kung ka sunken garden ka
Ayan tayo
medyo ibang kultura.
Okay, I think, ingat tayo sa Ronald.
Sabi na nangyayari sa sunken garden.
Ma-hurt si Ed. Panahon ni Ed Lingao yan. Panahon namin may gwardiya na doon si Ronald. Inayos na. Ikaw, Mark, at Arneo ka. Totoo ba yung sinasabi na mga taga-Arneo ay talagang mabait? Bakit puro kayo mababait?
Sabi ko nga,
Walden Bello.
Sa high school yan. Sa high school. Pagdating mo ng college.
Medyo mixed na.
Medyo ano ka na. Kaya may ugali kung saan high school ka lumabas eh.
Pero yung collegiality, medyo sa Ateneo. Kasi parang kabilang school, medyo opposite eh.
Collegiality or... Collegiality ba yun or synodality?
Ayun, Sir Ron. Yan ang gusto ko, yung parang dialectical mutual understanding. Sir Ron, talagang yung inaano mo talaga yung Vatican, no? You're all in, ha?
Siyempre.
Pati si Randy David, yun din ang in-emphasize yung term, no? Yung synodality.
Yun, fellow agnostic yun.
But he began to read a bit of scripture, di ba? Because of Ambo, no?
Yes,
Cardinal Ambo.
But he remains an agnostic. So.
Oo nga, yun lang. Medyo nag-relapse yata. But si Ambo, pinag-usapan ngayon, aside from Tagle, as potentially the next or at least in
kaya
conversation.
nga nagalit si Ambo eh. Dahil malinaw naman sa kanya kung sino ang kanyang kandidato. At malinaw sa kanya na hindi niya yung gusto. At malinaw din sa kanya, ginagamit siya against Chito.
Noong mga kalaban ni Tagle, ni Cardinal.
Drive a wedge, sow intrigue.
In the Philippine camp,
So, yung ganyang klaseng style bulok, you can see that a mile away. No? Dahil yan yung norm dito eh. No? Ang alam lang natin, hindi ang ginagawa sa Vatican. But we are mistaken. It's a 2,000-year-old institution. To survive,
it's in Italy. Let's just be clear. It's next to Italy where I love Italy, but we know what's going on. No, kasi as we speak, no, grabe yung mga black propaganda laban kay Cardinal Tagle.
May naglabas pa nga ng libro. Yung College of Cardinals, no? Nakita mo yon? Nagbigay sila ng profiling ng lahat ng mga kandidato for the papacy, no? Ganyan. At ang suggestion nila, dali ng mga cardinal sa conclave, no? Na theoretically pwede. Pwede sila magdala ng kahit ano eh. Hindi pwede cellphone, no? Yun yung
right.
Kaya hanggang ngayon, last minute, mamaya yung misa bago sila pumasok sa conclave.
Yeah, so as we speak, magsa-start na. Sir Ronald, again, in the spirit of grieving for Pope Francis, I really avoided talking about this, but here we are, the conclave is about to start. Cardinal Tagle, who's one of the assistants overseeing the process, no? You can watch the Ralph Fiennes conclave movie to have a sense of the logistics of this. And dun sa movie, of course, spoiler alert, Ralph Fiennes suddenly will become very competitive. But going back to this, Sir Cardinal Tagle was optimistic na this will not be as long. Kasi we had conclaves that lasted 2 years pa yan, yung nilock ng mga tao sa loob. Like, I'm talking about like medieval, post-medieval time. So you want to make sure hindi, kasi a longer one is going to be divisive. Diba? The longer it goes, the more magkaka-issue. He said 3 days kaya daw. Are you think...
well, theoretically kaya. No? Pero kunyan boboto kayo 4 times a day. Until makuha niya yung 2/3.
Majority, no? Super majority.
Kaya may series siya ng votation. siguro yung mga mahihina, i-shift yung kanilang kampo dun sa tingin nilang mas malapit sa kanila ideologically. So, may mga nego yan habang nandun ka sa loob.
Nakikita ba yung boto ng bawat isa?
Hindi, talagang total
naka-fold yan.
Yeah.
Twice. Naka-fold
So,
twice.
hindi mo alam who voted for who?
Hindi. Pero siyempre, it's the real world, no? Nag-uusap ka, kakain kayo sa
mga kita mo, sino mga
country,
cliques nag-uusap doon,
Isang kainan.
Yeah.
So, nagbubulungan yan. No? Yung nangyari sa conclave, tsaka yung nangyari doon sa libro, The Shoes of the Fisherman, ni Morris West. Ganun yung nangyayari. Diyan.
Ikaw, Mark, I mean, I know you're in the midst of an election and all of that. I mean, tingnan mo, ako, UP ka, alam mo na, mga aktivista ganun. Ito, hopeless case na talagang, socialista ganun. Ikaw, lalong bumalik ba yung pananampalataya mo? Pero parang born again ka ba? Or something, born again ka. But still respect, di ba? Kay Pope Francis and all that,
praying for, alam ko, hindi naman tayo dapat nakikialam o nangangampanya para...
No, in a good way. This is spiritual.
Pero if, kasi na-imagine ko lang if there would be a Filipino Pope, how good that would be for our country. Especially pagdating sa morality natin as a nation, medyo we fell off in the last, I don't know.
The good path.
Maganda yan para sa ating 2028 battle. Dahil pinapakita na Filipinos can be worthy of something greater. Halimbawa, meron kang Pinoy na nanalo ng Nobel Peace Prize. Meron kang 2 Pinoy na nanalo ng gold medal sa Olympics for the first time.
Yung isa, double gold pa.
Tapos meron kang Pinoy na may possibility na maging the first Asian Pope. Ibig sabihin, our 115 million population ay merong mga tao na pwedeng maging alternative leaders dun sa bulok na political system natin. So, pwede mong gamitin yan, itong election na midterm, na wake-up call, disenchanting, no? At yung pagkapanalo, or at least as a candidate ni Cardinal Tagle sa papacy, na ito yung mga Pinoy, no? Hindi tayo mga pushover, hindi tayo lahat corrupt, hindi lahat tayo ay bobo, hindi tayo lahat ay idiots, no? Hindi tayo mga scoundrel, no? Sa ating 115 million na population, marami tayong mahahanap na alternative leaders. At 2028 will be the decisive battle. Tayo ba ay mananatili sa ganitong klaseng bulok na political system na nagke-create ng bulok na sistema ng economy, or tayo ay pupunta dun sa higher purpose? Yung pupunta ba tayo dun sa daan na ang kukunin natin ay yung ating paniniwala na pwede pa tayong umunlad bilang isang bansa para sa susunod na henerasyon. So, tingin ko itong 2028 will be that decisive battle. It's going to, kailangan natin mag-launch ng revolution, a revolution of dignity, a revolution of integrity, a revolution of hope. Yan ang labanan sa 2028. Dahil kung hindi natin magagawa yan, no? Kita-kita na lang tayo sa...
So, hindi pala AI yung nasa akbayan? Kasi parang gano'n din yung I don't know kung may nakikinig, pero weirdly, I got an email from Ateneo bigla of all like, wait. Parang naririnig ka na. This is about yung the time I was faculty pa din. But magpakabay tayo, Sir Ronald. So, hindi pala AI, Sir Ronald. Meron ka palang ganyan side na medyo off-brand, pero better. Ikaw, Mark, going back to that, again, our best wishes as we head into the election day soon, Mark. What are the lessons you're learning from now? And then regardless of whatever is the result, what do you want to see in the next 3 years na papunta sa 2028? Let's call it Project 2028/Liamas.
Ano yung gusto ko gusto ko makita in terms of sa mananalo sa 2028?
No, like in terms of anong gusto makita sa...
It's a political project. What is the political project to save the nation?
Yeah, exactly.
Parang agenda mo sa 2028 is sagipin ng bansa. Kaya kailangan mo yung ganitong uri ng revolusyon. An electoral revolution based on a revolution of integrity, dignity, and hope. So, yan yung...
siguro, kumbaga, iset yung mga priorities. First and foremost, yung clear and present danger.
Yeah.
Yung mga Duterte, getting back to power. Itong si Sara, tapos lahat ng mga...
Wait, can you talk about that? Like, you think ang laki ng chance ng Duterte to have a populist comeback ala Trump? Because this is what I've been warning since November na never count out the Dutertes.
Oo eh.
You feel that? Na may chance sila?
I mean, before the ICC, medyo I feel na malakas na sila. After madala si Digong sa ICC, mas kumbaga mas sila on a mission, mas naging focus sila, mas naging talagang na sila together.
Consolidate,
Consolidate. Feel nila sila yung biktima, sila yung kinakawawa, sila yung Pero it's just one person lang, si Digong lang naman yun, pero feel nila lahat sila kasi napahiya sila eh. Siguro yun ang pinaka at the bottom of this. Lahat ng mga ng DDS na nangaasar sa social media, na inaaway yung mga tinatawag na mga dilawan, mga pinks, inaasar yung mga pinks, mga Lenny Lugaw. All the years na ginagawa nila yun. Tapos nung nagantihan sila, yung pinakataas nila, nadala sa kahihiyan nila eh. So, they want revenge, they want, gusto nila bumalik at talagang talagang decidido sila. At ang nangyayari nga, lahat ng mga on the local races sa mga probinsya, lahat ng mga nakakalaban ng mga malalakas na mga admin na incumbents, sumaside sa mga Dutertes. Yun ang that's what's happening in Cebu, maski sa Bicol, nakikita ko yun sa ibang lugar. So they are putting up a strong opposition dun sa mga Marcos ngayon and
but interesting no? I agree. I mean, you can even have a DDS candidate pro-China, even Ronald would say, who end up topping this race. If we're looking at the poll station, parang laki ng agwat, even if the machine factory is there. But having said that, Robin Hood Padilla had a very interesting intervention the other day. Sabi niya, base sa mga surveys, actually hindi dapat tayo matuwa kasi parang dalawa lang makapasok at hindi yan sapat. Sabi niya, dapat more ang mananalo. So he's hoping Philip Salvador, Mark Oleta, even Aimee, or even Camille, di ba nun? Although si Camille, like, somewhere in the middle. So it looks like wala rin silang complacency, no? Mukhang, in fairness kay Robin Hood for saying that for his team, I mean, like, na wag tayo maging complacent, go lang tayo.
Siya presidente ng PDP, eh.
Exactly. And very active. Very active. Like, who's the counterpart on the other side? Toby? I mean, what is your read, Sir Ronald? Kay Toby or something, di ba?
Mukhang sa horizon, sa political horizon natin, wala ka talagang mahanap na kahit kaunting nobility, eh.
Nobility? Wow, that's
parang,
a strong word.
Parang alien sa ating political system na yan, eh. Pero, pag sa ating mundo, nakakasalamuhan natin, mga tao na may sense of nobility. Pero nagdidisabaw ng power. No?
Right.
Dahil yung ating community, ang tingin natin sa kapangyarihan, bad, no? Negative eh. Kaya baka kailangan nating baguhin yung ganong klaseng pagtingin. Na power is good or bad, depende kung paano gagamitin at para saan. Pero you have to get that power to move things.
Don't fear it.
To move things, to change things. No? Kaya kung matatanggal natin yung aversion sa kapangyarihan at with our own concept of power, ay kinakailangan decisively, we have to move to get that power. No? Again, decisive yung 2028. So decisive yung next 3 years. Dahil no less than the salvation, not only of our country, of our society, but the salvation of future generations ang nakataya. Kaya ako, in the next 3 years, tayang pato na tayo. Ibig sabihin, kaya natin itaya lahat ng lessons, positive and negative, ng mga social movements, ng civil society, ng progressive movement, ilagay natin sa isang kaban.
Yeah.
And from that, kumuha tayo ng wellspring, ng hope, ng vision, at ng strategy. Dahil hindi sapat yung hope tsaka vision. Kailangan meron kang strategy na some of those implementing that strategy has to be a bit ruthless. No? Dahil you're fighting monsters. You're
So we need
fighting
the
well-entrenched.
Ronald
Yeah, you're fighting well-entrenched warlords, cartels, no? Serial killers, no? So
and the government pa.
Yes. So some of us have to pave the way for nobler leaders. So baka kailangan ng noble savage. Doon sa vanguard. No?
I want to add doon sa sinabi ni Sir Ronald. Siguro isang rason din yan kung ba't ako tumakbo kahit na wala akong budget, hindi ako yung awareness ko hindi ganoon kataas. I want to kahit papaano magbura ng konting stigma doon sa kasi parang yung iba lumalayo wala naman chance ang manalo, wala namang lalayo na lang ako sa politika, hindi na lang ako mai-involve kasi hindi na. Pero kumbaga ako, I finished 7 months, okay naman, nag-enjoy pa ako. Hindi naman ako
mahalaga.
Natuto pa ako, nalaman ko pa yung workings doon sa kung paano yung pagtakbo ng So, pero we need more good people to run. Diba? Hindi ko na isasabi sarili ko doon, pero we need more deserving and more good people.
Yeah.
Oo. Tapos ito, ako, I'm more optimistic. Pero tama yung warning na sinasabi ni Sir Ronald. Pero ako ay more optimistic na in a sense na yung ICC naging malaking issue. Pero after nun, ang naging issue na is, ang naging viral na yung nangyayari sa Pasig kay Vico. So, kumbaga nakita ko na ang dami pa rin mga Pilipino who wants good governance, who wants, you just have to package it the right way para attractive for them and mas maintindihan nila at mas makuha nila.
No, but Mark, the counter argument to that would be, well, naturally with Vico Soto, he's an attractive person. He comes from a big family, the Eat Bulaga factor. What about magsasabi na exceptional yung case ni Vico? This is really more Vico than a model. Really.
Pero yung kalaban ni Vico is the classic enemy of modernity. Yung mga Eusebio before.
Ayan na naman, yung libel natin.
Yeah. 3-4 decades na nagdo-dominate noon like a warlord. Tapos yung kalaban niya ngayon, it's exactly the opposite of Vico. Diba? A local taipan, no? Walang track record in governance, tapos lahat gagamitin para manalo. So, medyo na perfect storm din si Vico. Parang he stands for something and his enemies stand for the opposite of what he stands for. No? Kailangan in the next 3 years, mag-political mapping tayo. Sino ba yung mga katulad niya?
Yun.
Sa mga munisipyo, sa mga syudad, sa mga probinsya, sa mga barangay. No?
Siyempre not exactly like Vico kasi unique siya. Pero, diba, at least
tutulungan natin yun. No? Kailangan natin ng mapping. No?
Well, kailangan natin ng post-mortem.
And the rise of...
Kailangan natin ng post-mortem. I mean, we need
ginagawa naman natin kayo, pre-mortem.
Pre-mortem tayo, kagabi pa.
And the rise of another optimistic, another good, din is the rise of Heidi Mendoza. Kumbaga, yung awareness sa kanya is tumaas.
Yeah.
Without spending at all. Grassroots.
The kakabag-aws of this world, no? Yung mga ganun. Naging governor, no?
Let's talk about that. Okay. So, Vico Soto, everyone knows it. As I said, my only counter-argument would be, he's quite an exceptional person and he comes within a package. But tama rin si Ronald, tama kayong dalawa, he's still up against something very formidable. Ako nakita ko his emotions nung kasama tayo, di ba, na yung tinanggal niya yung SOP. I'm sure ang dami nagalit sa kanya nung tinanggal niya yung SOP. Hirap pare, ang dami mong babanggain dyan, di ba? Yung level ng trolling sa kanya, yung mga bayaran ng trolls, ang daming umaatake sa kanya. But Mark, let's talk about, like for instance, Heidi Mendoza, another person similar to you, na grassroots driven and all. Good yung branding, good governance yung branding, hindi galing sa malaking pamilya, hindi galing sa dynasty. Parang hindi rin siya sinisupport masyado ng even yung genuine opposition. I mean, sinasama siya kay Bam and Kiko dun sa mga TARPs, but I didn't see her in the same room with Lenny or, you know what I'm saying? But she's now 7-8% awareness and preference, awareness na, double digit na. So that's quite an interesting, very, I would say, encouraging case.
We need more of that as well. Kailangan marami din ganon. Yun nga, this election cycle, ilan lang yung na-produce na ganon? Baka siya lang, si Heidi lang.
Right.
So, kailangan...
Na zero to hero. Yeah.
Oo kailangan every election cycle na pagpaplanuhan Kung sinong iaangat, kung sinong ano. Tapos siguro, yung sabi din nga ni Sir Ronald, kung sino ba yung who is leading the charge ba? Sino ba ang dapat namumuno? Sino ba ang nag-call the shots? And siguro maganda, heading to 2028, mag-decide na. Sino ba ang dapat mamuno? Sino bang yung mapping na sinasabi natin, magandang idea, pero who will lead the process ng mapping? Sino nga ba?
Marami yan. Marami may skill set yan. Pero mahalaga, sino yung leader? Leadership-centric ang mga Pilipino. Kalawa, what is the brand or brands ng mga kandidato? Dahil it's a TikTok world 30 seconds, 1 minute. No? Bago sila makinig dun sa sinasabi nating higher purpose. So, may mga tactical objectives ka. No? At ikatlo, sino ang mga mga noble savage na itatapat mo doon sa mga monsters.
Medyo noble, mas gusto ko noble kaysa marami ng savage.
Savages na to, noble
Ito
savages.
yung, alam yung
Naturally.
nature of the beast. No? Alam niyo yung nature of the beast. Dahil hindi mo matatalo yung halimaw kung hindi mo alam how he works.
function,
No? At paminsan-minsan lang naman, gagamitin mo mismo yung mga pangil ng halimaw laban sa kanila. No?
Na hindi Ronald Llamas ang pangalan.
Yun yung, in the real world, it's not just principles. It's not just platforms. It's not just visions. It's, anong sabi, to paraphrase Clausewitz, no?
Politics is
war
war is
by
the
other
condition of
means.
politics. Yeah.
War by other means, no?
That means also siguro parang making alliances with lesser evil na trapos. Diba?
Yes, and then destroy them later.
Sir, parang binubooking mo yung strategy natin, Sir
Paano
Ronald.
tayo kakampihan dyan, Sir Ronald? I-destroy
Hindi tayo kasama dyan. Mark, hindi tayo kasama dyan. Pero pansin mo, mukhang totoo yata legit yung video na sa Akbayan. No? Kasi ito na yung seryosong side niya. No, but Sir Ronald, let's be honest. Mark should know, I mean, I want to even ask you, Mark, like from 2019 to 20... Kasi pumasok ka sa political vlogging, showbiz ka dati, di ba? 2019 to... May improvement bang opposition sa tingin nyo? I mean, I know you're polite, but are you seeing big improvements? Like, I didn't see post-mortem after 2019. I didn't see post-mortem after 2022. Hindi kasama yung post-mortem natin sa Ronald, di tayo official.
Ang unang goal kasi siguro sa tingin ko, mag-set mo na ng goal. Ano bang goal ng genuine opposition? Is it sa 2028? Is it the presidency? Is it vice presidency lang ba i-aim natin? Or senators lang muna? Ano bang pinaka... Doon pa lang eh.
The flag!
Ha?
Go for the flag!
Yun nga eh. Kasi yun nga, kung presidency, dapat ngayon pa lang, nakakasana. Kung sino nag-lead, sinong kumukumpas, sinong ano.
Pero katulad ng sinasabi natin sa mga dating episodes natin, merong mga, for lack of a better name or label, merong mga Miriam Defensor moments. Noong 1992, from out of nowhere, with no party, no machinery, no resources, Miriam almost won.
Breakout star na lang tawagin natin. Breakout star.
Sabi nga ng iba, siya talaga nanalo eh. No? Pero anong hawak niya?
Right.
Anong hawak niya? A message. A compelling message and a brand. And a base of young people. A movement of young people. No? In a way, na-approximate yan nung nangyari si Pinoy. Diba? From out of nowhere, namatay yung mother, tapos meron kang mensahe na of higher purpose, anti-corruption, good governance. No? Sino nakikinig sa good governance? Pero nung sumulpot si Pinoy, meron nakinig at meron bumoto. So, ibig sabihin, may mga breakout moments katulad niyan, no? Na quick burn, hindi slow burn. No? Kailangan na nating i-organize in such a way na mangyari yan. No?
May naisip ako bigla, Richard. Doon sa, kung tinanong mo ako kung yung Pinks ba, gumanda ba o hindi, from after bumaba si Pinoy, hindi, yun ang problema eh. There should only be one metric kung gumanda or hindi eh. Yung nakaupong seats. Ilang pwesto ba ang hawak ng Pinks ngayon kumpara nung the election after si Pinoy, di ba? Kung pag yun ang babasihan mo, Senate, isang Senate, o sa local, konting local, or so hindi pwedeng i-ano sa iba eh. Hindi mo pwedeng yung madaming, kumbaga maganda ibase pa rin kung ilan yung nakaupo eh. Yun ang metric talaga kung how the Pink movement is doing and yung buong genuine opposition is kasi minsan iba-ibang metric ang ginagamit na hindi naman na we feel good about it. Oy, ang ganda, pero at the end of the day, ang nakaupo pa rin yung mga trapo.
So, what you're saying is hindi lang pwede hanggang moral victory lang. There has to be some robust...
Actual victory to make actual difference.
So, local ang dapat rin?
Hindi, pareho. National and local and ano.
Ang narinig ko, Sir Ronald, parating ngayon is walang perang opposition. Problema sila sa pera daw.
Itong breakout moment na ito, yung kay Miriam, yung kay Pinoy, wala rin pera yan eh. Wala rin machinery eh. Kaya, at the same time, yung campaign ni Lenny noong 2022, minimal din na resources niyan eh. Pero build it and they will come eh. No? Dahil kung magiging competitive ka at nakikita yung trajectory mo pataas, may papasok. No? Kahit yung popondo sa kalaban mo, ay maninigurado sa iyo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, at ang pinakamahalaga dyan, ang Army of Davids na self-sustaining. Katulad nung last campaign, biro mo mga bata, dala-dala sariling placard, sariling pagkain, sariling mga sasakyan, di ba? Iba yung maraming costume, staying for 15 hours. Sa isang rally. Ngayon ako nakakita uli ng gano'n eh. Nakita ko lang yan nung EDSA 86 eh.
Right.
Ibig sabihin, those moments happen. May significant number ng ating populasyon na naghihintay lamang eh. No? Naghihintay lamang. A catalyst, a trigger, a leader, a moment, no? Nandiyan yan. No? Most of the time, it happens spontaneously. But sometimes you have to organize spontaneity. No? So,
contrive authenticity.
So, yan yung kwan eh. Lalo na in a time of simulation and simulacra. No? Mahalaga yan eh. No? The perception. No? The perception is very crucial. It could be the catalyst. Ang maganda ngayon sa mundo ng social media, those catalysts can happen overnight. Yan yung mahalaga.
Yung breakout.
Kaya mahalaga yung tulong ni Mark para pag-aralan, how can you create those triggers? That catalyst.
Gusto ko ding idagdag din.
Yes, Mark.
Kasi syempre pinag-uusapan natin, we need to develop new stars, di ba, sa genuine opposition. Remember, sa side ng, for example, sa side ng mga Duterte, they are developing their own new mga stars na din.
Kitty nga Duterte is all over the news, yeah.
Even Jimmy Bondoc, tumataas. Even yung mga ganun.
Next generation nila.
Busy developing their next generation of political na ipanlalaban nila. So, sa side ng genuine opposition, dapat parating naghahanap kung sino yung mga next na Like sa side ng admin, yung mga young guns.
Yeah.
Yun yung dine-develop nila.
Meron din, the whole Quadcom.
Meron mga good ones dito, like sila Luistro, sila Rog.
Gutierrez. Zia.
Zia.
Yeah.
Mga gagaling din. Kailangan lang din ng awareness and public.
So young guns yung kailangan.
Sa young guns, di ba? Yung sa side ng admin. Sa side ng paint, sino ang next?
Yung isa, young guns daw.
Young guns. Tanong ko, gusto ko din tanongin sa inyo, kung kayo tatanungin, sino ang mga next potential na rising stars on the genuine opposition side?
Well, yung iba, hindi pa naman rising stars. Ipaparise pa lang.
Ipaparise pa lang.
Halimbawa, si Shelo Magno.
Yun.
Tito Soto, Barry Gutierrez, no, etc. No, kayo nila Heidi, no, yung meron ng marka, etc. So, I'm sure, inuulit ko, there are a lot of those there, no, na pwede nating i-pump prime. Dahil ang maganda kasi ngayon, we have 3 years na runway. Unlike yung last election na nag-file, halimbawa si Lenny, during the deadline for filing of candidacy. Ngayon, meron kang 3 years. No? At maraming mga tao disenchanted sa mga dynasties. Dahil nakita nila, this is the worst election na halos 80-85% belong to dynasties, no? From local to national. So makikita nila, mapupuno sila, yun ang ating inaasahan. At kung yan ay ma-organize, yung disenchantment na yan, towards something positive, towards a higher purpose, towards a vision, saving the future, etc., saving the future project, ay pwedeng maging very compelling para sa mga alternative candidates moving into 2028. I call it the 2028 project. I call it the Saving the Nation project. I call it
hindi ito yung kay Donald Trump, the Project 2025. Kaya Project
Yamas. Ito naman yung
Yamas.
next na tanong ko. So, yun yung mga rising stars na mga
Sir
possible,
Ronald,
di ba?
nagna-necktie ka pala. No? Nakita mo. Maraming mga off-brand si Ronald ngayon. Ito na naka-necktie kagabi, oh.
Is it possible naman?
Sa Polish Embassy.
Kanya nga.
Forward ko
Pero
sa'yo.
naglabas yan.
Is it possible naman, yung general opposition, to recruit doon sa mga established na, like sa mga like for example, the Manny Pacquiao's and yung mga established na, pero kukunin mo sa side mo.
Yeah, halo yan eh. Pwedeng may 6 ka na mga bago, may 6 ka na mga luma, pero papaloob doon sa iyong framework at saka sa iyong vision, no? Ibig sabihin, from being traditional politicians, magiging medyo progressive. So, bibigyan mo dahil meron namang concept of redemption eh. Yung relihiyon ni Richard eh. So, pwede namang...
I just praised your necktie, Sir Ronald. I was expecting reciprocity on that front. No, I mean, I think at the LGU level, we also do a mapping. Ang daming mga change makers and champions na hindi pa rin nagkaroon ng national profile, but I think...
Halimbawa, Joy Belmonte, tapos na term niya, pwede ba yung national?
National.
No? Hindi naman siya tainted eh.
Good example.
Halimbawa yan, di ba?
Or yung mga Ding Dong Dantes types.
Ding Dong Dantes,
you can get them, like, bakit Robin Hood yung isa? Bakit walang ganun yung kabila? Di ba? It doesn't make sense. Or Angel Locsin, hopefully,
Or nga, ang sinasabi nga kanina, reverse natin. Kumbaga, magaling na politiko or magaling na leader, tsaka natin pag-artistahin.
Yes.
Pwede rin, reverse.
Ilagay
Si Sir Ronald, action star. AK-47. Boy AK-47.
Baka kontrabida tayo naman.
Talaga kontrabida. Sir Ronald, wag kang mangarap na maging hero ka. Anti-hero ang best na natin, sir.
Sabi ko nga, si Heidi Mendoza, in case na hindi pa siya makalusot, ilagay nyo sa It's Showtime.
Kasi mahalaga si Vice Ganda rito.
Mahalaga si Vice Ganda dito.
Wait, di ba galit kay Heidi yung mga kaibigan natin na in fairness naman.
A lot of possibilities.
A lot, exactly.
A lot of possibilities. No? Pero, build it and they will come. No? Maglagay ko muna 2, 3. Tapos yung iba sasama na. Pwede pala. Pwede pala. Gusto namin maging bahagi nitong ganitong makasaysayang kilusan. Diba? Dahil sukang-suka na kami sa uri ng ating mga leader, sa uri ng ating politika. No? Kailangan na natin ito. At ang simbolo natin dito ay mga bata. Ito ay para sa kanila. Kaya yung mga ganang klaseng components, hindi ako message guy eh. So, others will do that much better.
Ay, hindi ka pala, Sir Ronald. Akala, parang 1 hour na tayo. Tapos, hindi pala ako expert.
Yung ginagawa ni Bernie.
I'm just kidding.
Give me a monster to destroy.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Special ops.
Yung ginagawa ni Bernie tsaka EOC ngayon sa Amerika. Generating
the
sobrang
biggest rallies.
The biggest rallies. Parang passing of the torch din ni Bernie kay EOC in case kung siya man or kung si AOC in the future.
Yes.
Parang
at dahil ginagawa nila yon, yung mga Democrats na natahimik, nagsisimula na mag-ingay. Nahihiya sila eh. Pero mo,
si Kamala nga, maingay na
isang octogenarian at isang dating bar girl, ngayon yung pumupuno sa vacuum. Waitress. Yung pumupuno sa yung pumupuno sa vacuum. Anong ginagawa nila? So, for the first time, nagsalita si Kamala. Nagsasalita na ngayon. No? Sharpest line. So, again, build it and they will come.
Last point, before we close this. Ang worry ko kasi, Sir Ronald at Marquis, feeling ko parati our biggest enemy is cynicism. If people are not inspired and not mobilized, and nakita natin sa surveys throughout the years, ang dami nag-switch off na lang.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the internal numbers, si Kiko, konti lang ABC ang behind him. More pa nga yung E. So actually that means marami sa ating middle class na siguro pink ay nawala ng pag-asa. So ang inisip ko dito is, how much margin of victory or lack thereof na kaya in this election cycle, consider how difficult it is, baka si Bam lang makapasa or Kiko lang or baka to make sure na hindi mag-sink in yung cynicism. Because, Sir Ronald, di ba, you need to have genuine hope for you to build that energy, right? Hindi lang yung sense. Kasi ang fear ko, Sir Ronald, is alam na naman natin ano mga problema ng ating bansa eh. Ang kailangan natin i-nurture is yung sense of hope that there could be a better Philippines by 2028. Sir Ronald, do you think it's very important? And Mark also...
Maraming mga... Sinasabi ko nga, maraming ganyang moments.
Yeah.
Yung cynicism. Kahit 92 eh. Sabi nga ni Cardinal Sin, we were able to kick out Alibaba but the 40 thieves remain.
Yeah.
Kaya yun yung basihan ng Miriam phenomenon din.
Right.
Noong 92. Practically a year. In-organize niya yung kanyang sarili. Less. No? At naging frontliner siya. Because of that cynicism. Nangyari yan nung after 9 years ni GMA. Diba? 9 years. The longest serving president after the dictator. Yung ganong cynicism ang nag-plummet kay Pinoy towards the presidency. Diba? Yeah. Yun yung, ibig sabihin, these moments can be weaponized, can be used.
Leverage na lang.
Halimbawa ngayon. Yeah. Ang paborito ko kasing film, yung Lord of the Rings eh. Classic battle between good and evil.
Alam ko yung 5 armies yun.
At ang paborito kong karakter ay si Gimli. Anong sabi ni Gimli? Certainty of death, no chance of success. What are we waiting for? So,
challenge yan! Like, exciting!
What are we waiting for? Diba? Gimli framework tayo ngayon. No? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Dahil ang mawawala lamang ay cynicism. To paraphrase one of my favorite philosophers, we have nothing to lose but our cynicism. No? We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Medyo manifesto. Basically, this is our manifesto, di ba? Itong manifesto natin. Sino ba dyan? Si Engels pa or si Marx? Ako Engels ako eh. Mark, ikaw, kasi ikaw, you have an eye for celebrity, you have an eye for basically how to keep the eyeballs, basically, di ba? Kung hindi sakaling ganun ka-successful yung mga opposition candidates dito sa etong race this year, kasi ang hirap eh. I mean, we're looking at the dynamics here. How can you think, paano mo ma-sustain yung excitement, energy, and hope? Yun yung inisip ko eh. Kasi it's not gonna be, nagpa-pre-mortem na tayo kanina eh. But my problem is, I think some people wanna avoid post-mortem kasi feeling nila that will be the downer. Although my argument is, if people think you're not learning from your mistakes, na kailang election ng opposition na walang masyadong panalo, if any, the more mawawala ng pag-asa ng tao sa if they don't see you as improving, di ba? Necessity is a mother of invention. But if you don't even, if you deny even the necessity, you're never gonna reinvent yourself or improve, right? So, ano sa tingin mo ang kailangan mangyari para hindi mawala ng pag-asa ng tao? So, of course, on one hand, I can see someone like Vico Sotto most likely will win. So that could be one anchor of hope. Ano pa ang mga kailangan gawin, Mark?
Hindi, siguro dapat...
And you'll be part of that picture, of course.
Siguro dapat hindi nawawala. Kasi ang problema minsan, mawawala ng 2 taon, pag 1 year na lang bago mag-election, doon na lang susunod
ulit. Balik na naman, yeah.
Parang si Senator Risa, di ba? Elections or wala.
Go siya.
Go. Yeah. Ang daming mga pinapasabog, ganun. And yung kaninang sinasabi nga ni Sec Ronald, siguro, once and for all, after nitong midterms, who will lead us to 2028? Sinong magde-decide, sino mag-aano? Mamili na tayo tapos we roll with it. Kung ano man ang plano natin, siya yung leader, siya yung mag-aano. Then maybe we could get to better results than sa mangyayari this election cycle. Kasi siguro yun nga, yung develop more stars. Ngayong election cycle na to, ang na-develop si Heidi Mendoza, yung si Chel Jokno has a good chance of finally having a political seat after two failed Senate attempts. Uupo na siya sa Kongreso. So, it pays off in the long run eh. So, siguro mas maganda yung mas maraming taya. Mas maraming susubukan, mas maraming taya.
Which is what you're doing, right? Kasi ikaw, you're breaking the psychological barrier na hindi, huwag kayong matakot na sumali sa ring. Kaya support what you're doing, bro. Kasi ikaw, pakita mo, hindi kailangan na malaking pangalan ko or may resources ka or...
Mas may chance kayo kaysa sa mga assholes katulad namin ni Richard.
Ay. Huwag niyo ako idamay, sir. Ako ay above the fray.
Ihanda pa natin yung 2028 ni Sir.
Tigahawi kami ng daan.
Hindi, ako.
For people greater than us, no? Kami
ako, I have definitely a better chance.
That you appreciate my humility.
I have a better chance of winning than dun sa mga hindi nag-file.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, at least ako may chance, kayo walang chance.
At least ako may chance,
zero.
Wala talaga.
Exactly.
Diba? Maraming mas deserving, hindi nagpa-file. So, yun ang lesson.
It's breaking that psychological barrier.
Kasi it might be an incentive eh. Makita nila si Heidi, walang pera, tumakbo, nakilala, naging
double-digit awareness.
Naging national figure. Kumbaga, it's an additional incentive for good people to run. Kasi makikilala sila, dadami yung network nila. So, it might be, we need to incentivize parang good people to encourage them to run. Kasi ngayon, talagang, sila eh, yung cynicism nga na sinasabi mo.
Yeah.
Yun yung nararamdaman ng mga deserving na mga future possible politicians.
Yun nga eh. Thank you so much, both gentlemen, for this fantastic discussion. Thankfully, hindi naging toxic masculinity, although lahat tayo lalaki dito. Hopefully, in the future, magkakaroon tayo more gender balance. But as we speak, I hope people appreciate where we're coming from. Actually, wala pala, camera is here pala. Kasi low-bat na pala. Kaya sabi ko, parang bakante yung nasa harap ko. Mag-Tito Boy, abunda na lang ako para mag-reflect mode. Eto na, next time mag-fast talk na lang tayo after elections, but I hope people understand ba tayo nag-pre-mortem and basically nag-preempt tayo ng post-mortem because ang idea dito is kapit lang, don't give up because actually there's a lot to hold on to. Just if only we open our eyes and open our perspectives, and if only medyo bawas-bawasan natin ang ating consumption of Ronald Llamas content. Except yung mga off-brand niya. I really like the off-brand Ronald. I hope we'll see more of that after the elections because we need serious people to bring serious people in. Because really, that's the only time na magkakaroon ng chance talaga ng opposition to not only win power, but to leverage it for transformative change. On that, I would say quite positive note before I say something else.
That was almost
Salamat!
compliment. Almost a compliment.
Backhanded, almost compliment. On that note, thank you very much. Maraming salamat. Thank you again, Mark, for breaking that psychological barrier, for your courage of throwing your hat into the ring.
I'm paving the way for Ronald Llamas 2028.
Yun. Project
Barangay Captain ng Bahay Toro.
Bel Air.
Bahay Toro.
On that Kingmaker's note, kasi barangay captain din si Kingmaker. Para magkaroon din siya ng biography na laki ng mukha ni Llamas. May malaking mukha siya.
Assholes, pwedeng barangay captain.
Okay, on that very colorful note, maraming salamat. God bless and see you after elections. Thank you.